Are you tired of feeling lonely? No one to cuddle up to at night? Perhaps you're afraid of putting yourself out there just to have your heart broken again? Well, if that's so, I'm Iris Ruby, and maybe it's time to do something about it. I lead strong, successful, savvy women find the partner of her dreams, a partner that's there for you, that respects you, that sees you and loves you for who you are. A partner where you can sit side by side celebrating each other's successes, walking hand in hand through life, sharing your hopes, your dreams, and your joys. I teach women how to avoid the repetitive patterns and pitfalls that have plagued and sabotaged her past relationships. I teach her how to avoid wasting time, effort, heartbreak, passion on relationships that end up going nowhere. And I teach her how to navigate from where she is right now, currently in her love life, to getting that relationship and the partner that she dreams of. So if you know that you're looking for and ready for a successful breakthrough in your love life, then it's time for a relaxed, confidential conversation. Let me share with you a couple examples. Jane, when we talked for the first time, she was a widow and she really wanted to find love, but she wasn't sure there were any good men left. And when we first started coaching, she was at the end of her rope and this close to giving up. She just thought that maybe she's one of those women that wasn't meant to be in a relationship, or maybe wasn't meant to meet the man of her dreams. And then as we coached, we realized that she wrote her online profile like a CV. And she said to me, no wonder I haven't met the man of my dreams. And so we rewrote the profile in a smoother, more personal approach that reflected the kind of man she was looking for. And that's when Jeff showed up, a deeply kind, loving man and a successful man. And they got to know each other and they dated, and they're now living together and planning their future. And Jane said to me that some of the strategies that were super helpful to her was learning how to approach the first date, how to screen a man without putting him off. And learning those skills were just the beginning of her opening up to those possibilities. And she said the key piece to help her bridge from that loneliness, the disappointment, the despair, to being open to being in a relationship was really learning early on how to discern if a man was serious about her and if he was capable of making her happy. And she said that that was pivotal in her being able to make a deeply loving relationship with Jeff that lasted. And then there's Connie. Connie grew up in a family where her mother was very critical and her father was emotionally distant and would sometimes erupt in anger. And so what Connie learned was how to put herself on guard, make herself invisible so that she could avoid her mother's harsh criticism and her dad's angry words. And what she learned was that she couldn't trust people, but more than that, she couldn't trust men. And when we first spoke, Connie was out there dating, but she was dating angry men and men who were emotionally unavailable. And through our coaching, Connie learned how to trust herself to be able to discern between the kind of man that was healthy and could make her happy and that she wanted to invest her time and effort into, and how to trust herself and let go when it wasn't the kind of man that could make her happy and make her thrive. And Connie also equipped herself with learning how to transform those previously painful experiences so that she could recognize and not keep picking the same kind of man. And recently she sent me an email. She said to me, I'm now in South America. I've met a wildlife photographer who takes me on his business trips to jungles and volcanoes and mountains. And this is what she wrote. I want to read this to you. She said to me, a couple times I panicked and got a bit emotional and wanted to run, but he wouldn't let me. He sits with me. He listens to me and creates space for me to feel what I'm feeling when I'm mad or sad. He's gentle but straightforward and clear. He leaves no space that leaves me wondering. That gave me goosebumps when I read that. We are in love with each other and I'm extremely happy. And the best part of the story is that I actually met another man before I met him, before going to South America. In the early dating, he became emotionally distant. And it was initially uncomfortable until I was able to recognize for the first time that this wasn't the dating relationship for me, to invest in more time and more energy. And the universe conspired to bring me this new man. I have never felt so loved, desired, and cared for. And Connie told me that the strategies that helped her the most in our coaching was learning how to manage her fear and how to ask for what she needs in a relationship. So if any of this sounds familiar, or you're tired of relationships that go nowhere, or you don't know how to tell if a potential partner is a good fit for you, then listen to what your heart is telling you. A broken heart and fear stopping you from having the love that you crave and deserve is no way to live out your life. So if this speaks to you, let's jump on a call. Let's look and see where the opportunities are for you. And we'll look at what is the gap from where you are now in your relationships, and ask yourself the question, are you on the path to discovering the partner you always dreamed of? A partner that loves, adores, and cherishes you, that is hungry to create that deep, loving connection. And if that's you, let's have a conversation. I look forward to connecting with you.